Hello, my fellow humans. Welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop to it and find out what messages Source has for us today. So Source, what messages do you have for my fellow humans today? What would you like them to know? What messages do you have for my fellow humans? What would you like them to know today, Source? What would you like to come through? What messages do you have for my fellow humans? Ooh, so we've got the third house, Aquarius energy, and we have Uranus. A lot of air energy here, Gemini and Aquarius energy coming through. You could have Gemini in the North Node as well, as what I heard. You could have Aquarius, and I heard Aquarius in the 6th house. I'm not sure why that's coming through, but we're just going to go with it. Yeah, okay, so the 3rd house usually does have to do with our early childhood learning, our development, right? And being that I have been doing love readings, I do say that the 3rd house coming out can point towards our twin flames. So this could have to do with the twin flame situation, but I'm not going to focus on that today because I feel like this is getting drawn somewhere else, but I do just want to mention that for those of you that have been with me for any amount of time, you know that that is something that comes up with the 3rd house here. There's a radical change that's happening here in regards to your family beliefs. So how you grew up is shifting drastically, and this does feel like this is something that I've been talking about on my podcast, and they're bringing it up is time bending. If you're familiar with the concept, then that's amazing, but what this really feels like, I'm just going to kind of give like this little version of it, is like you're bending time, right? Like you're bending time. So what happened in your past is now you're changing that through this time bending technique. Like you're letting go of the hardships from your past and you're allowing yourself to experience the joys that were there. And it's like, instead of holding on to the traumatic core memories that you were holding on to, which was playing out in the victim mode in your present and future, you're now going back and looking at the core memories that were good memories. And it's like, okay, I'm going to focus on those instead. And what time bending does in that case is like you actually shift your reality through that. And it's a huge process. It's a huge concept, but that's just a really small version of it here. And that's what it feels like. You've gone back into your past and you're like, okay, I'm tired of being the victim, right? I'm tired of feeling like I'm never going to get anything good, or I'm tired of seeing my family and how negative they are and how they're always living in the 3D matrix, how they never want to let go of this 3D realm. They're really stuck in money. They're really stuck in material growth and finances and these things that really don't matter, and they don't take the spiritual journey very seriously. And I'm really tired of seeing that, but I know that I'm tired of seeing that. I know that I've focused on that. I know that I've been holding on to that for so long. So how do I change this? And through that, it's like going back and you're starting to remember good things from your childhood. Like you're starting to remember moments that were actually fun and happy times. And it's like holding on to those memories is beginning to shift your reality right now. And there's this huge shift that's going to happen in your timeline. This really does feel like quantum jumping. Okay, and I don't usually actually talk about that a lot. It is something that I study, but it's just interesting because it doesn't usually come up a whole lot on my readings. And so for whoever this resonates with, there's a huge quantum jump here. Like you have literally healed so much that you've come into this place of understanding and understanding that if you ever want to leave the current timeline that you're on, you have to make the shift. It's not even about your beliefs. It's about what you're holding on to. And I just keep seeing like okay, in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's like the Fool is like falling off of the cliff, right? And not in the Tarot Marseille. The Tarot Marseille, it's getting shoved by the guide. Like, we're going this way, right? We're going this way. And the Fool is happy to follow. But what I'm seeing right now is like you're just falling off of this cliff, like ready to just embrace whatever it is and whatever it takes for you to quantum jump, to shift a timeline here. And through that, you're opening up to radical change here. And not just in your physical life. This is in your spiritual life, in your mental life, in your emotional life. This is like mind, body, soul alignment. It's almost like your higher self was just waiting for this one moment in time that where you just said enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. How do I change? And so there's this shift that's coming. Wow, that was a lot that came out all of a sudden. But it's just, it really does feel like something renewed, something fresh here that Source wants to highlight. Let's grab one of these. Actually, we'll get 2 of these. Oh, that came out fast. Thank you. May I please have one more? You want one more to come out? I know you do. I can feel it. Yep, I could feel it. On the bottom, passionate declarations can lead to love. Okay, so it could be love. There's a shift in love, like you're tired of feeling a certain way about love. You're tired of being in a certain situation in regards to love. This really does feel like family though. Yeah, yang energy here. We have proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. This is that energy that I was getting like with the falling off the cliff. It's like, you know, I've done enough of the introspection. I've done enough of the shadow work. I've done enough of that healing. And then, you know, that's something that's always going to be a part of your life. And that's a beautiful thing to have that as a part of your life. But it does feel like, look, okay. Yeah, we have the sun on the bottom with express, self-express, and embody truth. Yeah, okay, this is making more sense as we go. Really just confirming what I was feeling. We'll check these up. We have 7th house here with profound relations, intimacy, romantic partnerships, and Mercury with think, learn, network, and communicate. So what is coming through is this realizing that all of your relationships up to this point have been a reflection of what you experienced in your childhood. And that's exactly what happened. You stood up energetically and you said, enough. Enough. I'm tired of re-experiencing this. I'm tired of experiencing the manipulation. I'm tired of experiencing people who don't see my worth, my value, who don't appreciate me as the full-bodied being that I am, who don't see me as the spiritual soul that I am. I'm done. I'm done. And it was like in that moment when you said, I'm done, it's like Source, your angel, your guides, your higher self, we're all like, okay, we're going to take you somewhere new. And you were just like, cool, I trust you. I trust you. I trust what's coming. I trust what's happening. And that's what happens, right? And so you may have had to deal with a lot more of these energies. Like they may have come in really fast. They may have you may have had a lot of ups and downs. You may have had a lot of shedding moments. You may have had a lot of in and out here. And through that, it's like this sudden shift, you're recognizing what's healing. You're seeing the healing coming. Like we have Carmine Bee Eater, flourish by asking for help of the powerful. Look, I cannot make this up. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Thank you so much, Source. I love this. And then we have Peregrine Falcon, seize the moment in life and love or lose it forever. Exactly, that's it. You're just like, I'm done. I want good things in my life. I'm tired of sitting in this energy like I don't deserve good things when I know I do. When I know I deserve good in my life. Let's get some tarot. This is something that I'm doing this week, is grabbing some tarot from the Tarotchi. And if you're not familiar with my tarot readings, I do read Tarot Marseille. I don't read Rider-Waite-Smith. So the meanings are actually a little bit different than what you might be used to with the Rider-Waite. Okay, so we have the 5 of coins and we have the 3 of wands. So what I'm getting with the 3 of wands, I mean, the 3 of wands is always making a path, right? It's obviously making a path. And the 5 of coins is, again, this huge shift. Like, if we had the 5 of coins, no matter what way it comes out, even in the reverse, it's just a gigantic change is happening. And we have that with the dice, with Uranus and the Aquarius energy together. Like, it's almost amplified now with the 5 of coins. It's like, not only is this a shift, it's like quantum jumping. Like, I can't get beyond that, because it's like you stopped waiting for something. Okay, hold up. I just got it. If you have a twin flame that you feel is a twin flame, And this is not going to resonate with everyone. This is going to resonate with someone, though. You're going to know who you are, okay? So this is someone who has been waiting and waiting and waiting and healing and healing and healing and waiting for their twin flame to come forward. And something shifted internally where it was like, yeah, they may be my twin flame, but I also deserve to be loved and not made into an option and not breadcrumbed and not put on the back burner. I deserve love now. And that shift in itself was like, Source is like, because the twin flame journey has been all about the romantic side of things, and this is going to take a second to explain, so hang with me, right? The twin flame has been made to be romanticized, and like it's all about the relationship, it's all about the connection, and the twin flame journey is actually so far from that. The twin flame journey is about the connection between you and the divine. There is nothing else. It's not even about the other person. It's not, and it never will be, no matter how much people try to make it that way. And I want people to trust your intuition, trust what you're feeling. Like, I'm not here to impress upon you exactly how it's meant to be for you. Okay, it's not what I'm here, because not everybody is willing and open to hearing this part of the twin flame journey. It's just through my own experience of the twin flame journey and through what it is that I've done and learned and healed, right? And it's just understanding that if I'm going to take care of myself and I'm going to love myself, and love is a part of my journey, okay? If relationships are a part of my journey, but I keep turning down potential suitors because I've been told it's all about my twin flame. And if all you're doing is, like, when I first started this journey, I was only healing to have union with my twin. And I'm in union with my twin. That's the funny thing. Not physically, but I'm already in union with my twin. And I'm not talking about that knowledge of we're all in union with our twin. I'm talking about I had a physical situation that happened where I literally merged with my twin, and it was like everything made sense as to why I was doing the journey. Like what it all came clear to me, and this is way too long to explain on a daily dice, okay? But what has happened is that I understand now. It's like, we have to give our twins credit for the healing that they're doing, but we also have to observe that they are still a human with free will. They can choose how they're healing. They can choose where they're going with their life. And if all we're expecting as a divine feminine is that it's always on our shoulders, how unfair is that? And that's what it's been made to seem like. It's only the divine feminine. It's your fault if you're not in union. It's your fault if you're not getting the love that you want. It's your fault, okay? And this is what the shift feels like here. And if you're not in a twin flame journey, it's the same kind of energy when it comes to your relationships. Like, there's always been this energy of something was your fault, okay? And I don't want to get too deep into that, what I've learned on my own experience. If you're interested, I have podcasts about it. You can check those out. But let's coming back to this reading. What has happened is that where you were once waiting for this thing to change, whatever it was, something to shift, something outside of you is what it feels like. You were waiting for something outside of you shifting, that something internally ended up shifting. And in that internal shift, your intuition was like lit on fire. It was lit on fire, and all of a sudden you're like, holy moly, like I know what to do. I know what I need to do now. I know where I need to go. I know what I need to bring forth. I know how I need to show up. And so now you're in this place of taking action towards what is rightfully aligned with you and being okay with the outcome, right? Because that's ultimately that part of the journey. Whether it's a twin flame journey or the spiritual journey, it's really being okay with the outcome. It's not about the destination. It's being okay with maybe I'm not going to be with my twin, and really being okay with that, because so many of the twin flames are not okay with it, and they want to believe everyone that romanticizes it. But this is not really a romantic connection because it's spiritual. And romantic connection and spiritual connection are not really intertwinable in that way, because romantic connections have been developed in the idea of conditional love. And spiritual connections are in a place of unconditional love. And so when we're trying to mix these two opposites, it's like trying to mix oil and water, and they don't really mix that well. And I know that there's going to be someone out there that's not happy to hear this, but again, it's like if Source led you to this reading, it's something that you're ready to hear, right? And that's why I don't talk a lot about twin flames, because the things that I've learned and the things that my guides have led me to understanding about the twin flames and the journey itself, they very much differ from these people who are trying to sell love on you, okay? Because there's only one true love in life, and that is the love of our Creator. That's it. That's the only true love that we'll ever truly experience. It's not about having that manifest in this world, because it's already within us. Yeah, the Knight of Coins. This took a while. This took a while for you to understand, but then the gift was from the divine. And I love that he's in this like peach suit, right? He's in this peach suit. His gift is peach. This is talking about connecting with your sacral chakra. Okay, where the root of our emotional center, emotional well-being is. But our sacral chakra and our third eye are oftentimes intertwined with one another. And so it's like opening up to your gifts through your sacral chakra, which activated the third eye here, which is creating this quantum shift for you. And it's through the shift, you're recognizing something very unique about yourself. And I feel like what's coming to light for you is like, wow, if I had known that I was sitting and waiting for something to change. And isn't it interesting that he's in a medical office, and okay, this reading is just going to be longer than I want it to be anyway, so we're just going to go with it. The twin flame, the symbol that they use for twin flames is often the caduceus, right? And it's like what you see, the two snakes that are intertwined, the DNA helix, okay, and it's often depicted on medical. If you see ambulances, it's oftentimes on the medical symbol for on the ambulance for the hospital. It's that healing, that profound healing that we go through. And something that's very unique about this that's coming through right away is that they're showing that your healing has allowed you to come into union with your divine counterpart, but the emotional ego of you wants it to be in the physical so bad that it's difficult to see all the healing that you've done. And so there's this shift that's happening within you energetically, where you're opening up to the possibility of who it could be, not who we think it has to be, because we know who our twin is. We'll always know who our twin is. That will never change. But the journey in itself is so much bigger than just us coming together. There's so much more to be accomplished. And I know a lot of people talk about it. It can only be accomplished when the twins are together. And it's different than that. Okay. And again, I'm not here to try and sway your belief. I'm just trying to tell you the energy that's coming through. This is a lot different than a lot of my other readings. And it's just a huge energy that's coming through where you're no longer in this belief of what everyone else expects you to be. Okay? And in realizing that you don't have to fit into their cookie cutter version, why are we trying? Okay, thank you, Source. They brought this question in so loud. Why are we trying to break social constructs while at the same time trying to adopt new social construct? Which is exactly what the twin flame journey is going down, right? Why are we attempting to break this construct while we're allowing other constructs to become our new belief system? That is our emotional ego holding on to what it can control. Okay, and that's a very, very strong energy right now, okay? Look, we have the 9 of Swords in the reverse on the bottom, and this really does talk about, look at this image. He's created his own cage. The door is open. He can leave anytime he wants, but he's not, right? In the reverse, he's not. He's stuck in a very anxious place, not recognizing the red flags that are coming up. And that's so interesting that they would talk about the societal construct here. Source is bringing that up so strongly. It's like, we want it to be a certain way. We want that so badly that we'd be willing to accept any red flags and overlook them, just like we would with a grand love in our life, someone that we fall in love with, that we're not willing to look at the red flags because we want the label so badly, right? And isn't this interesting? The Chariot in the reverse coming out underneath this talks about spiritual defeat. It's almost like believing something different other than what you wanted to believe in this high vibrational journey is saying that I'm shattering the ground that I built my spiritual journey on. And it's so interesting because Source has a funny way of humbling us when we think we know it all. right? And that's why I always say it's better to question. My mom always said when I was young, to have faith means to question everything. And so I have taken that to the next level on all of my journeys in school, in life, and in love, in spirituality. And it has helped me develop this closeness with my guides and with my angels and with source to help me understand that, like, it's good to keep questioning. And if you choose not to question what if this could be a potential on the journey, what if this could be a potential in life, then we've chosen to stand still and say we're no longer worthy of growing in this journey. And we see here with a quantum shift, with a quantum jump, that to change is the only way that we shift timelines. And that means that you're going to be bringing in something new. But look, we have the Tower, or what is known in the Tarot Marseille as the House of God. The House of God is setting your crown on fire to eradicate the emotional ego that has been holding you hostage for so long. You see, you're running out here. This is all those little pieces of the ego saying, oh, heck no. Let me get the heck up out of Dodge so I don't burn down with this castle. Look at all this turmoil. This is not fun, right? Going through this is not fun. This is something that has been going on for a while. It's been shifting for a while in you. Your intuition is on fire right now. There's a lot going on. But then there's this fear that's coming through with the King of Swords. It's like, it's almost like, oh my gosh, all those people that I trusted to bring me into union with my twin, are they really just lying? It's unfortunate. Okay, it's really unfortunate that a lot of people on the spiritual journey would rather tell you what you want to hear for the sake of having you as a follower than being honest to the energy that's coming through from source, because it may rub you raw, right? That's what it is to be a tarot reader. If you're not a truth seeker, if you're not someone that's out here really trying to be the best version of yourself that you can, which means that it comes with the rough moments, then this is not for you. Right? This is not for you. This is not the journey. But if we're ever going to quantum jump, which is what the manifestation journey is all about, which is what coming into our higher timelines is all about, is learning these very deep rooted beliefs that ancient wisdom was passed on, that everybody's calling new age, but it's actually ancient wisdom that we just buried somewhere along the way. And it's coming back to these foundational truths, like the geometric system. The whole of the universe is built on the geometric system, which means that we all can find a piece of ourselves within that, which means that we can all find a rhythm for us to flow flawlessly in between the hurts, the pains, and the sorrows, which is caused by people who are feeding lies out there, right? But look, when we have the 9 of Wands underneath that in the upright, and this is talking about not wanting to start over again. Gosh, that means I have to start over again. And what they're saying is, no, you don't have to start over again. You've already persevered with the 7 of Swords here. You have so much perseverance. You've created yourself. You're very unique. You're very individualistic here. You're standing out. You've learned with experience. You're not starting over. You're learning with experience. You don't become an artist overnight. You don't become a spiritual liaison overnight. It takes time. It takes struggles. It takes pain. It takes overcoming those things that we build our lives on, right? But look, then we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse here, and that talks about that so much of what has been going on emotionally has been very surface level, superficial, right? And it's actually been keeping you from having a deeper connection with the divine because it has to be a certain way. And like I said, Source has a funny way of reminding us that we do not know it all. We don't. I'm constantly learning. If you had asked me this question a year ago, I would have been like, no, it's my twin. Like, I'm going to end up with my twin. And I was so adamant about it. I was so stuck on that. And I was so stuck in this energy. Like, I get this. I know exactly what this is, what you're going through. If you feel like this is your reading, I get you. I know. I've been there. And Source had this funny way of really humbling me and forcing me into this place. And it sounds so rude and it sounds so unkind, but it wasn't, because I trust the process. And so here I am being led to this place of healing and seeing, wow, like I was really believing people who wanted to be very surface level. You cannot make spirituality surface level. It just doesn't exist. But look, underneath that, I cannot make this up. Source, you're painting the picture with the Six of Wands underneath the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Cups here. And the Six of Wands talks about doing it for the sheer greed. Look at this man here. Look, with the Magician, we have everything we need in order to be successful on our journey, but we have everything that we need in order to see our own truth. Like the truth, you know the truth here. It's sitting on his nose. You know the truth. Okay? We can either believe in the physical world, or we can believe in what is real in beyond the veil. But look at this man walking in. He's this businessman here talking to all these investors, right? It's like people will tell you whatever they want for the sheer sake of greed. Okay? To get more money, to get more followers, to get more this, to get more that. And it's difficult because it's like, who do you trust? And that's why I always say, use your discernment. Listen to your intuition. You will know what's right for you and when it's right for you. Wow, I feel that in my core. I literally had a pop at my root chakra. It just popped so loud right now. Okay, so this is grounding for you. This is like bringing you out of the clouds. I feel like that's something that's shifting for you, is bringing you out of the clouds. This has been a ridiculously long daily dice, but it had to be said. Sometimes that happens. So I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this here. But if you really stuck it out with me, just know that I love you so much, okay? This is not me trying to blame you for anything at all, okay? This is really just from compassion and love in my heart. I know how hard this journey is. I know how deeply unsettling it can be, and I know how beautiful it is as well. And if you're looking for more guidance and you feel called to, you can absolutely check out my podcast, because I do talk about this on my podcast. But if you felt like this was your reading, leave a little lighthouse emoji down below and say, I let my higher self light my intuition on fire and open up to what possibilities it could be. Okay? And if you felt like this resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. I am going to go ahead and leave this here. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify, Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a membership, and I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you for your continued support here. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, but I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this deep message. I'm giving you a big energetic hug. I love you so much. You're such an incredible person. Really, really, truly from the bottom of my heart. And with that being said, until next time, stay human. Bye.